From Panama City, Florida.
Of course, they've already thrown us a curve 5 minutes ago. They gave us who was starting, and they already started one guy. They didn't tell us who was going to start. But now we're ready for the Southeastern starting line, which has, I think, a few changes also for tonight. At least players that's been starting previously. Jason Whittingham has been having some problems with injury, so he's one of the line's leading scorers. Will probably not start tonight and may even see limited action. But starting at the point guard, number 10, Rico Grant. He's a 6'3" junior college transfer. He's averaging 7.1 points a game. And starting for the Lions at the other guard is number 21, Troy Green. He's a 5'10" freshman from White Castle, averaging double figures for the season. And one of the forwards, the Lions' leading scorer, number 23, Sam Bowie, 6'5" senior. And the other, and Jason Whittingham will start. They had Glenn Charles listed on this sheet, but Jason Whittingham, 6'9" senior, will start as he has all throughout the season. And starting at center is the freshman, number 55, Stuart Drury, 6'9", first-year player. And for the Lions coaches, Coach John Lyles, coaches Ron Cox and Terry Waldrop. And, of course, two freshmen starting for the Lions. Donald Reyes says a lot for where John Lyles is bringing his program. Another big, strong freshman, Noble Evans, and a freshman named Tim Boland have seen a lot of action. So you're seeing four young players see an awful lot of action for Southeastern this year. Two of them starting tonight.
Well, Larry, we're going to see a real good ball game here tonight. We got a pretty good crowd here. You're fighting all the elements of Christmas parties and shopping, but the old faithfuls are here at Southeastern tonight, and we're going to see a real good ball game.
Tossing up the ball game, the ball to start the ball game will be Max Chauvin. The other officials are Lynn William and Tim Marion. And jumping center will be Norris Sherfield against Stuart Drury. And Southern controls the opening tap. That's Kidd to Thomas. Back out to Kidd, and they swing it to the right side. Roberts to Thomas. One of the new players that just became eligible for the Southern University Jaguars. Back on the left side of Thomas. He shoots a three-pointer. It's in and out, no good. Rico Grant with the rebound. Both teams will fire up a lot of three-pointers. Pass down court is stolen. Now Southern has a 2-on-1. Roberts alley-oops it underneath, and the ball is finally put up and in by Vandale Thomas, and it's 2-0. So the Jaguars capitalize on a line turnover here to start the ball game. Pass in the lane to Whittingham, right side to Green. Green puts up the three-pointer. It's no good, but Bowie there for the rebound. Bowie and Drury battle for that one for the Lions. In the corner to Whittingham. Cross court again. Green puts the three-pointer up. No good. And Whittingham with the rebound. Drives, banks it off the glass. No good. Whittingham fights for it underneath. The ball goes out of bounds. Then it'll be Southeastern basketball. Southeastern battling on the boards real hard in the early going. Getting some second and third shots, especially by Whittingham and the freshman Drury. Lions inbound it to Bowie. Work the ball on the perimeter. That's Rico Grant. Now Troy Green to Bowie, the team's leading scorer. Sam Bowie drives the lane. He's cut off and loses the ball. Now Southern will hustle it back up court. Both these ball clubs like to go with the fast tempo. Thomas, baseline to Williams. He tries to drive. It's cut off. Back outside to Jason Kidd. The little man puts it up. Three-pointers, good. That's Derek Kidd. Excuse me, I call him Jason. So Southern has a 5-0 lead. Just a minute and a half gone in the contest. And this is Bowie launches a three-pointer. It's good. Sam Bowie for a three-pointer. The Lions would like to get him untracked early tonight. Kidd's pass is deflected out of bounds. And it'll be Jaguar basketball. You see the quick tempo, and these two teams are not afraid to put the ball up from long range. Pass in the lane, and traveling is going to be called. Already this season, Southern in 4 ball games has shot 106 three-pointers. That's over 25 a ball game. And Southeastern in 7 games has shot, see if I can find that three-point, 196 over 20 a ball game. Into Drury, turns, spins, a little jump hook, no good. Whittingham and Drury battle for the ball and knock it out of bounds. It'll be Jaguar basketball. So Southern will bring the basketball up. Facing a token full court pressure by the Lions. That's Derek Kidd, a 5'8" playmaker. Boy, he had a great game when they played LSU.
Oh,
Thomas into Williams. He hasn't almost stolen away. Now Kidd gets it back and launches another three-pointer.
Larry, Kidd left off just like he did against LSU. LSU battled to stay in there, and about the last 3 minutes, he scored about 8 to 10 points. He's a real good three-point shooter beyond the keys. He's got a real good eye.
We've already seen an example of that with 2 three-pointers. Southern leads 8 to 3 in the early going. Right side to Green. He dribbles up, tries to pass it, but throws it away. Tried to hit a man in the lane, and as they come down court, they're going to call Kidd with a traveling violation. Maybe a little bit closer to double dribble than traveling, but anyway, it was a turnover. Kidd's a 5'8" junior from Mobile. And he pumped up. I think it's pretty, I don't see their stats, but I think he pumped up pretty close to 40 points against LSU, if I remember right. Yeah. Southeastern with the basketball. That's Rico Grant. He penetrates to Whittingham. Back out to Bowie. Sam Bowie, Lions leading scorer, trying to go one-on-one. Turns, spins in the lane, puts it up. No good. The ball is batted out of bounds. They're going to give it to Southern University.
Southern basketball.
Southern leading 8 to 3. We've played 3 minutes here at the University Center. This is the Kidd with the freshman Troy Green on him. Right side to Tim Roberts. He's been known to fill it up a few times. Turn, spin at Sherfield. Norris Sherfield puts in 2, and it's a 10 to 3 ball game. Grant down quickly, drives, and they're going to call him for walking. Every once in a while, you try to do too much out there.
Well, Larry, in a ball game like this, you're going to see a good many violations. It's run and shoot, so you're going to see that frequently tonight.
Southern back on the attack, leading 10 to 3. Of course, the last time the Lions were on a televised game here, they fell behind 12 to nothing to Nicholls State and then came back and won the ball game convincingly. There's a steal. Grant, he's going to try to alley-oop it, but he just lobs it away, and Southern comes back up with the basketball. Tried to make the spectacular. Here's a pass underneath to Williams, and Williams draws a foul. And that's one time the Lions had a 2-on-1 fast break and just gave it up. And I think Williams is going to go to the free throw line for them.
Yeah, Williams, he's a pretty good free throw shooter. He's shooting 55%. He's 6'11" for the season. Oh, I'm sorry.
Check that. They said he was fouled on the floor. He was down there ready to shoot, but I thought they were going to give him a 2 shot. They didn't. This is Thomas. Shoots, no good. Rebound by Troy Green. Green down the right side. Avery Anderson in the ball game. Drives the baseline, passes it to Bowie. Bowie up off the glass, no good. Whittingham follows. Jason Whittingham is a fine basketball player. Works both ends of the court real well. He has been a great addition to the Lions this season. Averaging 9.1 rebounds and 18.3 points. And out front, trying to double team, he draws the foul. This will be a non-shooting foul. Second foul on the Lions. And Southern will inbound it again. Tim Roberts, who is Southern's leading scorer with 24-8, launches a three-pointer and makes it. Down the court, pass to Bowie, and Bowie travels with it. 13-5, Southern lead in the early going. Kidd will bring the ball back up the court. Passes baseline to Williams. Williams drives on Drury, puts the shot up, no good, and it's rebounded in there by Anderson. Avery Anderson, another junior college transfer, down on the left side to Bowie. Bowie drives and loses the ball, but Drury comes up with it. Nice play, but then he has it stolen away from him. And Southern comes up. They have a 3-on-2 break. Williams has the ball batted away from him, recovers it, passes underneath, and they bat it around, and Southeastern comes up with it. Anderson out front, almost has it stolen away by Kidd, but retrieves it to Troy Green. Green dribbling in, gets it to Whittingham, off the glass, it's good. Jason Whittingham drives the baseline. We have a 13-7 ball game. Southern working the ball outside. That's Tim Roberts, their leading scorer. Almost 25 points a ball game. Kidd launches another three-pointer. Derek Kidd, that's his third one. He has 9 in a ball game. He is averaging 19.5 points a ball game. Southern 16-7. Bowie drives, pulls up, Double, triple team, has the ball batted away from him. Now gets it way back out front, and the Lions will reset the offense. Bowie tries a three-pointer. It's good. Then Bowie gets on a run as the ball's deflected. The Lions are going to have a 3-on-2 fast break to Anderson, to Bowie, another three-pointer. It's good again. Three-pointer. Quickly the Lions have come back, and it's 16-13. And I'm not so sure that's not the type of ball game we're going to see all night here. 16-13 now, Southern leading. Bowie's answered Kidd's three-pointers with 3 of his own. Now Kidd launches one. It's good. Jerry Kidd.
I tell you, Larry, the fans they're really enjoying this. I mean, they're shooting three-pointers, and and the officials are letting them play right now. They're letting them have a lot of fun out there. The game's kind of, officiating's kind of loose, but this is something you're going to have to expect when two teams like this get together.
It really is. As we have a timeout on the court, we point out, we talked about three-point shooting. Southern, as we said, has averaged over 23 pointers a ball game. They're hitting a pretty impressive 34.9%. That's not a bad percentage from the three-point line. Southeastern, however, has not shot quite as well from the three-point line. They've also shot over 20 a ball game. In fact, they've shot about 28 a ball game, but they're only shooting 27%. That is not considered a very good percentage in college basketball, 27%. And but the Lions have started out from a pretty good range tonight. Sam Bowie hitting 3 already. Of course, the Lions' 2 leading scorers, Bowie and Whittingham, has controlled all of their points tonight in this 19-13 ball game. And of course, then we've seen what Southern propelled by Derek Kidd, and boy, he can really fill it up.
Well, you know, I think you're going to see a battle between Bowie and Kidd. Both of them are excellent basketball players. And Kidd's amazing. He's only 5'8", but he's quick. And Bowie, he has a lot of talent. I'm really impressed with him. And of course, Tim Roberts, I think in the beginning of the season, he scored like, what, 58 or 59 points in one of the preseason ball games. So you have some real talent on this floor tonight. And I would expect both teams to maybe hit the century mark tonight. Wouldn't you think so?
It's very definitely, and it's been tradition of what the teams have in the last few years. Of course, this is the first time I can ever remember Southeastern playing Southern, and Southeastern coming into the ball game with a higher point-per-game average than Southern. The Lions have been averaging 87 points a game, Southern 81.3. Now Southeastern trailing 19-13, starts the basketball. There's a pass into Noble Evans. The big man turns around but misses his shot. Lions has made a couple of substitutes. Noble Evans, number 50, is in the ball game. Here's Vandell Thomas, drives the lane, puts a shot up. They're going to count it, and they're going to call a foul in there on Jason Kay, who just went in the ball game.
Well, Larry, that was really a questionable call there. Coach Lyle's up, and he's beefing a little bit. And, you know, it's always a tough call, the charging call in the lane.
And Thomas misses his free throws. 21-13. The basket did count. Anderson drives down, pulls up, passes underneath to Noble Evans, and he misses the layup. Now Southern back down quickly. Anderson did a good job penetrating. Here's Vandell Thomas. Pulls up, shoots, no good, gets his own rebound, follows, and puts it in. Vandell Thomas has transferred from Mississippi State. This is his first appearance for Southern tonight. 23-13 now. Troy Green dribbles the ball out front, drives to Anderson. He launches a three-pointer. It's good. Avery Anderson. Haven't seen him do that too much in the early going for the Lions. That's Glenn Charles, 14, guarding Tim Roberts. Down the kid on the baseline. He's got the freshman, Troy Green, on him. Roberts fakes, drives the lane from the free throw line. No good, but Thomas rebounds, turns, spins, moves in the lane, and puts it up. Vandell Thomas going to work on the offensive board. Southeastern back down court, trailing 25-16. That's Troy Green. He drives the baseline. They're going to call a foul on Ronell Williams, who grabbed Troy Green as he tried to go by. First foul on Southern in the ball game. We're almost 8 minutes into the contest. Southeastern coming back with 3 of its starters, Whittingham, Bowie, and Grant. Early going shooting pretty impressive.
Yeah, Southern shooting 70%, 7 of 10 from the field. That's outstanding.
And 5 of 6 from the three-point range. That's even more outstanding. Southeastern now trailing by 9. This is Rico Grant with the basketball on the baseline to Whittingham. Whittingham looking inside for somebody, has his pass deflected and picked off by Kidd. Kidd down to Williams. Williams drives and puts it up and in. Classic fast break, and Southern University pulls up 27-16 in the ball game, and Lions now will call for a timeout.
Well, you know, Southeastern just made that real critical mistake in college basketball. You know, they tried to throw the ball across the court. When they did, Southern stole the ball, went down for a quick layup. Southeastern is going to have to slow Southern down, and they can't let them control the tempo of the ball game. If they let them control the tempo, it's going to be hard to stay in there with them. So I think Coach Lyle called the timeout to settle the lines down, to be sure that, you know, they go back to their game plan, whatever it was, before the ball game started. And they have to be patient and, you know, and get in the groove and get the chemistry.
And, of course, another thing, he's probably talking about watch their passes, because the Lions have put themselves in the precarious situation of facing 3- and 4-on-1 fast breaks because of throwing the ball away out on the perimeter. And in Southern, he gets the easy fast break, or gets the numbers on the fast break anyway. Thus far in the ball game, Derek Kidd has 12 points and Vandell Thomas 8 to lead Southern. Southeastern scoring centered around Sam Bowie with 9, Jason Whittingham with 4, and then Avery Anderson has a 3-pointer. The only 3 scores for the Lions to score in the ball game. 27-16. We have 11:48 to go here in the first half of play. Southern substituted very little tonight, which is kind of surprising because they're playing 3 or 4 new guys, and I would think that Coach Ben Jobe would be playing some of the guys that's been successful for him earlier this season in a starting role to give them some depth, but he's giving some of his new guys a chance to go to the wars early. This is Rico Grant with the basketball. Tries to penetrate to Bowie, to Jason Kay, out to Grant. He drives the lane, back out to Glenn Charles, who drives, stops, and puts it up from 12. Good. Glenn Charles cuts it to 27-18. Kidd drives all the way down the lane, feeds it off to Williams inside, has the ball batted away, and they're going to say it's Southern basketball. They're going to say Southeastern hit it up underneath the backboard. So Southern will inbound under its own goal, and Derek Kidd will do the honors. Kidd way inside to Roberts, who has Bowie on him. Kind of ironic, 2 leading scorers also guarding each other in this ball game. Vandell Thomas, who's going to be a great asset to this Southern ball club when he gets in the groove. As you see, he drives the lane and just lays it up and in. Vandell Thomas. He's got 10 points, and Southern leads 29-18. Pass to Whittingham on the baseline, back out to Bowie. He puts up the 3-pointer. No good this time, but Glenn Charles is there for the rebound. Has the ball tipped away from him, and now Southern has a 4-on-0 fast break. Puts it into Williams, and Williams lays it up and in. Grant with the basketball. Inside to Jason Kay. Puts the ball up, and it's going to count. He's fouled. Nice penetration that time by Rico Grant, and got the ball into Jason Kay, who put it up left-handed.
Yeah, the Lions, they're getting settled in now, and they're going back, you know, to their offensive game plan, and hopefully they're going to be able to play a little better defense. And Southern, like a while ago, they had four blue shirts down there and not one Lime, so they got to pick up the tempo.
The free throw is tipped around. Grant puts it up and in. So the Lions got a 4-point play out of that down. They get the inbounds pass, no good. Shots missed by Grant to Bowie. Bowie's going to drive the lane, puts a high shot off the glass, and he is fouled. The Lions will have a chance for 6 points now without Southern ever getting the ball back across the court. And they're going to call that foul on 40, Norris Sherfield. It's going to send Sam Bowie to the line for a couple of free throws. Sam Bowie, the leading scorer for the Lions.
Yeah, Sam Bowie is a real good free throw shooter. In fact, he's the leading free throw shooter for the Lions this season.
And he hits that first one, gives him 10 points in the ball game, cuts the difference to 31-23. Bowie's next one misses, but Whittingham's there for the rebound. Has the ball on the floor, turns, puts it up, it bounces around, no good. Bowie underneath for the rebound and puts it in. great hustle. The Lions have done great work on the offensive boards tonight. Now Kidd with the basketball. Gets it down to Thomas. He pulls up, shoots from 17. It's no good. The ball is rebounded by Whittingham, but I think that was Sam Bowie who got the hand in there to keep the ball alive. Right side to Boland. Freshman from Florida has done a good job in reserve roles this year, coming in off the bench, and the Lions throw this one away, but it's going to be their ball.
You know, Larry, it was a 13-point deficit. Now the Lions on a hot streak, and it's now only a 6-point deficit. It's 31-25, so that's very encouraging to see them cut that deficit.
And they got a chance to cut it even further down as Rico Grant inbounds the basketball to Whittingham in the lane, puts up that little soft jump shot, and it's good. He's got 6 points, and now it's down to 31-27. Kidd with the basketball up the court. Right side, the Lions have replaced Jason Kay with Noble Evans. Out front, Roberts with Bowie on him. He puts the three-pointer up. It's no good. Two Southern guys fight for the rebound. Williams comes down with it. Back out to Roberts. Top of the key. Three-pointer way short. Evans with the rebound. This is Rico Grant leading the breakdown. Pulls it up in the corner to Boland. Pulls up, and they're going to call him for traveling. Andy Boland made a nice move there. Passed up the three-pointer, moved inside.
Well, Boland doesn't agree with the call. I don't know if he moved that pivot foot or not. It looked like to me he had the foot on the floor.
So Southern will come back. The Lions could have cut it to 2 there. But the turnover gives Southern another chance. Derek Kidd with Grant on him, and they're going to call the foul on Grant for bumping as Kidd tried to come by him. Still a non-shooting situation. 9:05 to go in the first half. 31-27 already. And Southern will inbound the basketball. And Mitch Taylor, who was a starter last year for Southern all throughout the season, is now in the ball game. He's going to be relegated to a reserve role probably. Taylor with the basketball to Williams. Williams back out inside to Williams. Puts the shot up on the baseline, and he puts it in. Ronell Williams. And they've just called a technical foul on Southeastern coach John Lyles, who really thought Williams pushed off with his arm down on the inside when he made that last basket. But regardless whether he did or not, it wasn't calling. But now the foul has gone on Southeastern. So Southern will not only increase their lead to 33-27, they'll send Taylor to the free throw line, and they'll also get the basketball back. Taylor misses the first one. He'll get another one, and then Southern will have the basketball. Taylor makes the second one. You know, not only a lot of people tell you, a lot of coaches want to get a technical from time to time, but they tell you don't get it when you got the basketball. You wait till they come back down the next time and get your point across, because that way you don't lose possession of the basketball. But that was just John been complaining a little bit about officiating, and I think that time he just got the best of him. He couldn't wait for him to get back down the other end of the court. Now Southern with the basketball, leading 34-27. The shot goes up. Whittingham with the rebound, and they're going to call a foul on Southern. Whittingham was just accosted underneath the basket that time, and the foul goes on Sherfield. That's his second. Lions will inbound the basketball. 14th foul on Southern. Quickly the Lions across. Troy Green now assumes the playmaker role. The Lions have 3 freshmen out there right now. Troy Green to Whittingham, top of the key. That's Boland to Sam Bowie. Bowie with the basketball. Noble Evans turns, shoots, no good. Whittingham there for the rebound, though. Turns off the glass, and he's fouled. But not only one thing right now is John Lyles trailing by 7 points, 8 minutes to go in the first half. He's got Troy Green, Andy Boland, Noble Evans, 3 freshmen in there. And I just think this shows where this program is heading in the next few years.
Yeah, he had an outstanding recruiting year this year, and I mean, John Lyles is a workaholic, and he's got Louisiana roots, and he's been, you know, all over the United, several places he's coached, and like I said, he's going to do a great job.
And Jason Whittingham makes his first free throw. When you get in that situation, Whittingham cuts it to 34-28, makes it 34-29. And we have another timeout on the floor. And we'll talk a little bit about that, Donald, right? That, you know, you come in there, you don't build a ball club overnight, but as we mentioned on the first broadcast, you've got to be pleased with the way that they're trying to put this program together. And this year they had their first full recruiting season. They brought in 4 good freshmen, and all of them are playing. 2 started tonight, and right now we've seen the other 2 in the ball game tonight, going with 3 of them at one time. Says a lot for how you're building your program, and you're building it for the long run.
That's right. I mean, when you put 3 freshmen in a ball game in the first half with 10 minutes left in the ball game, it shows you have some faith and some confidence in those players. I see Coach Lyles and Mike Chauvin, they talking a little bit over at each other. I'm sure John's telling him, well, you gave me a tee, and maybe it was justified, but John knows he can't get another one.
Well, of course, the thing, he really wasn't arguing with Mac at the time. It just it wasn't Mac's call. Mac, a veteran SEC and TAC official, and one of the better officials around. Southern with the basketball underneath. Shots, left-handed shots put up and in by Ronell Williams. Troy Green hurries it down the floor, puts it in from the lane. No good. Glenn Charles is the rebound. He misses. Evans and Charles missed tip-ins. And now Southern will hustle back, leading by 7. Right side, that's Mitch Taylor. No good. Rebound on the floor. Ball is batted away, and Whittingham comes up with it. Down quickly to Sam Bowie on the left side. Bowie's going to be called for traveling. He did. He hesitated and made a step before he put the ball on the floor. A little bit quick. The Lions almost had the numbers. A little bit quickly to get the ball down. We see Damian Egan's in for the first time for Southern in the basketball game, as they try to start matching the Lions with substitutions. Now Kidd launches another long-range three-pointer, no good. Whittingham with the rebound, and foul's going to be called on the rebound on Southern, as the Lions got good position that time. And Higgins just came in the ball game. He picks up his first 6 on Southern, still non-shooting situation. Rico Grant replaces Troy Green. The Lions come down. This is Grant out front, junior college transfer. Tries to pass the ball inside of Noble Evans, who wasn't quite ready for it. Now Southern will come back. That's Kidd. He's got Grant on him. Left side to Thomas. Vandell Thomas, transfer of Mississippi State, one of the more highly recruited kids out of high school 2 years ago. Played a year and a half at State. This is Williams, drives the lane, puts it up off the glass, no good, tip up. Finally is picked away by Rico Grant. Quickly down, Lions have a 4-on-2 situation. Grant, right side. Glenn Charles with the three-pointer. It's no good. Whittingham tips it, keeps it alive, but Higgins comes down with it. Now Southern hustles it back up court. Left side, Thomas dribbles, comes up, and he is fouled as he tries to change over dribble. And let's see who they call that one on. They call that one on Whittingham. That'll be his second. 6:36 to go. It's 36-29. And they're going to give Thomas 2 free throws. This is Thomas's first ball game, so he won't have any free throw shooting marks, but he's 1 for 2 now in the ball game. And makes the second one. Southern now 3 of 5 in the ball game. 38-29. Still have 6.5 minutes to go here in the first half. That's Glenn Charles down to Evans. Evans back out to Charles. He puts up a three-pointer. It's good. Glenn Charles has 5 points in the ball game. Charles only averaging 2.4 points a game this season. Now Southern working with the basketball. That's Eggins to Kidd. Kidd drives in, puts one off the glass, no good. Whittingham tips it out, and Grant out hustles Eggins. He's going to go all the way and lay it up. It's blocked, but they're going to call a foul underneath. And really the foul may have cost the Lions a bucket, because Jason Whittingham was hustling down court for the rebound and could have slammed it home.
Yeah, Eggins was down there, and he was not hustling, and all of a sudden he saw what was happening, so in a desperation attempt, he fouled Grant, so Grant's at the free throw line, and we really need these 2.
And Grant's hit 14 out of 20 this year. That's a 70% mark, and sinks the first one. Rico Grant now with 3 points in the ball game, and it's 38-33 with just under 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Rico Grant, one of the more highly sought junior college guard prospects in the country last year, and the Lions managed to get him here. He played for Terry Waldrop 2 years ago in junior college ranks. That's Mitch Taylor from long range. Outside the kid to Williams. Williams fakes the drive. Down the right side to Thomas. Thomas has Glenn Charles on him. Jason Kay back in the ball game. Now he's guarding Thomas. Thomas launches a three-pointer. No good. Rebounded by Grant. Rico Grant up underneath to Jason Kay. Lays it off the glass. Good. Good hustle by the Lions getting down court, and they beat Southern down court that time. Now here's a quick pass down to Rondell Williams, who is called for walking underneath. They got the ball inside. The crowd gives a nice roar of approval. They've been waiting for one to be called. 38-36 with 5:15. Now Whittingham comes back in, and so does Troy Green. Those Lions will come up with a chance to tie the ball game with 5 minutes to go in a half. Troy Green to Whittingham. Whittingham dribbles, drives the lane. He's fouled. Nothing called. It was called. I missed the whistle, and because play stopped. But Jason Kay was there to foul, and this will send Whittingham to the free throw line. That was called on Ronell Williams, his second, 8 on Southern. And Whittingham will go to the line for 2. Boy, Jason Whittingham has been a fine addition to this program. He transferred from USL. He has come in. He's just a super player, shooting 48% from the floor, 73% from the free throw line, averaging 9.1 rebounds a ball game, averaging 18.3 points a game, and just plays the floor both ends. Whittingham misses that one, and Green tries to save it and down does, but it will be Southern basketball anyway. Quickly down court, underneath the basket, going up with the basket shot is Williams, but he's fouled, I think, by Jason Kay. And this will send Ronell Williams to the line for a couple of free throws. Second foul on Jason Kay.
Ronell Williams is shooting 54%, so he's about the 4th best free throw shooter on the team. Let's see what he does. Misses the first one. 38-36 with 4:51 left. The Lions are battling the Jags, and they got a golden opportunity to tie the score here in a second.
Free throws are both missed, and the Lions finally scrap and get the rebound. Down the right side to Glenn Charles. Pulls up. He came close to walking that time. Now Southeastern into Drury, the freshman, back in the ball game. As Troy Green passes underneath to Whittingham, turns, tries to put it off the glass, no good. The ball is rebounded by Drury. He missed the shot, and Eggins came down with the rebound. Good pass inside that time. Here comes new player in the ball game, driving all the way under, and a foul's going to be called. That's Maurice Fuller. He's another one of those little transfers that became eligible, and that foul was called on Glenn Charles, his first. And that will send Maurice Fuller to the free throw line. I'm pretty sure he's one of the 4 newcomers that's supposed to make their debut tonight. He's not on the stat sheet, so I guess we can presume our assumption is right this time.
I tell you, he reminds you a lot of Jason Kidd. They're about the same stature, same height, and they're both very quick. He misses his first free throw.
2 free throws like Ronell Williams, though. But anyway. And the second one is in there, though, this time, and Fuller has his first points, and Southern has a 3-point lead, 39-36. I believe he's a couple inches shorter than Kidd, which we wouldn't think was possible. Pass inside to Drury. Drury turns. Finn has his shot blocked away, and now Southern has a fast break working. Shot, pull up, no good. Rebound underneath. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Southern basketball. They said it went off a Southeastern player's hand. So Maurice Fuller tried to get into the action, pulling up at the top of the key, but couldn't make it, and Southern will inbound the basketball. 4:08 to go. It's 39-36. Scoring tempo has slowed down the last couple of minutes. Fuller inbounds it to Williams, who's double teamed. Pass back out. Now Fuller will control the offense for Southern. He's got Troy Green on him. Fuller has the ball batted away. Glenn Charles comes up with it, has it taken away from him. The ball goes out of bounds, and they're going to say it's Southeastern basketball, and they deserve that one for hustle, if nothing else. Good job by both Green and Glenn Charles in that situation. Jason Kay coming in for Stuart Drury. Lions keep shuffling people in there. I think John Lyles is trying to get away the rest of the half without Whittingham because he has 2 fouls. He doesn't want him to pick up that 3rd foul. There's Kay. Passes underneath to Noble Evans. Lays it up and in. Nice play. Nice pass from Kay. Noble Evans pulls the Lions within 39 to 38. Of course, Noble Evans has been hurting a lot. You see a knee brace on him. He missed the last ball game, and we'll see limited time tonight. There's Williams with the basketball. Left side Fuller. Fuller tries to drive the lane, pulls up. Williams in the lane, pulls up, shoots a 5-footer. It's good. Ronell Williams with 10 points in the ball game. Lions down court. That's Evans across to Bowie. Bowie stops, shoots from 10 on the baseline. It's good. Sam Bowie. Haven't heard from him offensively in a good while, but he makes it 41 to 40. Quickly down court, Southern with the basketball. The shot missed by Darrell Barlow, and now Southeastern has a chance to take the lead for the first time in the ball game. Troy Green puts it up, no good, but tipped in by Noble Evans. Noble Evans comes off to put in a couple buckets, and the Lions lead 42 to 41. 2:40 to go in the first half. Now Fuller with the long shot, no good, but Southern gets the rebound. Back out front. That's Mitch Taylor with the basketball. He launches the 3, and it's good. Mitch Taylor has 3 and puts Southern back in the lead, 44 to 42. Troy Green with the basketball for the Lions. To Evans, right side, Glenn Charles puts up the shot. It is no good, and a foul is going to be called, I think, on Southeastern's Jason Kay, positioning for rebounding underneath. That's who it was on. That's his 3rd.
His 3rd personal, 19 foul against the Lions.
They are going to bring Whittingham back in for the last 2 minutes, and now Drury replaces Kay, who picked up his 3rd, and going to the free throw line. Is that Mitch Taylor? Yeah. Mitch Taylor going to the free throw line for a pair of free throws. He was a starter all last year, and he started first this season.
Yeah, he's shooting 49.2% in his free throws. Southern's not a real good free throw shooting ball club.
And they missed the first one of the front end of the 1-1 there, and the Lions have a chance to tie it or pull ahead. Drury underneath, he has another shot blocked. Now Southern comes down, 4-on-3. Wynell Williams on the baseline, puts it up off the glass, good. Williams has 12 points, and Southern has a 4-point lead. Rico Grant brings it back down for the Lions. To Bowie, in the lane to Drury. Drury tries to pass underneath, but he's bumped on the pass, so a foul's going to be called, and it'll be a shooting foul. So Drury go to the free throw line. That's called on Little Fuller. It's about 5. What do they list him on the roster? Can you see? They list Kidd at 5'8". What do they list Fuller at? 5'8". There's no way they're the same. He looks shorter than. Anyway, regardless, Stuart Drury is going to go shooting a 1-and-1. Misses it. Whittingham there for the rebound. To Bowie in the left corner. He puts up a 3-pointer. It's good. So it's 46-45. Now Fuller hustles it down court. Drives the lane to Barlow. Barlow lays it up off balance and is fouled by Drury. He has a chance for a 3-point play.
You know, Larry, the Lions have got to get back on defense. Southern, when they get that ball, they go. And they're just going to have to get back on defense a lot quicker.
So Barlow makes his first bucket, now has a chance for the free throw, and misses it. Evans comes down with the rebound, and it's 48-45. Right side to Green. Green drives the lane, passes beautifully to Jason Whittingham, who slams it home. What a nice pass from Troy Green, though. That threaded the needle between on a bounce pass. 1:12 to go in the first half. Southeastern trailing 48-47. Shots put up and in by Eggins. That makes it 50-47. Grant to Bowie on the left side. Passes into Whittingham. Back outside to Grant. Grant with the basketball. to Bowie. Little 7-footer on the baseline, no good, but he gets his own rebound. Driving in the lane, puts the off-balance shot up, and a foul is going to be called. About the third time he was fouled on that situation, but they finally got the whistle, and Bowie will shoot a 1-and-1. Excuse me, he gets 2 shots either way. Gets the 10th foul. That's on Higgins. That's his 3rd. And so Bowie will have 2 free throws. The Lions get a chance to get Whittingham out there with 50 seconds to go, so he doesn't have an opportunity to pick up his 3rd foul. Lions probably one of their smallest lineups. Bowie hits his first one. He closes to 50-48 with 49 seconds to go. This is the second one, and Barlow with the rebound. Now Fuller drives all the way under, puts a shot up, off, no good. Glenn Charles comes down to rebound, has it loose on the floor, battle on the floor. It'll be a jump ball, and it'll be Southeastern's possession. First jump ball we've had in this half, and fortunately for the Lions, it's a jump ball. It'll give, we don't have another one though, it'll give Southern the ball. Now they're gonna bring Whittingham back in on offense to replace Evans. Lions really with the shot clock have a chance to really work it down for the final shot here and go in no more than 2 down, could tie it or be up by 1. And right now it looks like Grant's just gonna dribble it out, and they're gonna wait till they get down to about 10 seconds and then try to run something. Rico Grant with Fuller harassing him. That's Rico Grant out front with the basketball, almost has it taken away from him, finally picks it up, dribbles again, passes down the right side to Charles. He launches a 3-pointer, no good. Troy Green with the rebound, puts it up, no good. The Lions scramble, they got the bucket, but it was just seconds after the buzzer went off, and the first half in with Southern leading 50-48. Don Ray, a couple observations on the first half while I'll run down some point totals.
Well, that last basket, that was a correct call. Coach, the Southeastern coach, he agreed with the official. I tell you, it's a very exciting ball game. I think it's going to go right down to the wire. It looks like to me that conditioning is going to play a big part in this ball game. And Southeastern has been substituting a lot. And it looks like Coach Lyle has these boys in real good shape. And anything can happen in the second half, but the Lions are hanging in there. And they're making a real good showing. And they're playing against a real good ball club right now.
All right, we're going to run down some first half point totals, and I know you've got an interview with Dr. Randy Moffitt, the Southeastern administration, coming in here as soon as I finish these point totals. And so let me run down the scoring in the first half. As Darryl Barlow had 2 points for Southern. Derek Kidd lit it up early with 3-pointers, wound up with 12 points in the ball game in the first half. Mitch Taylor finished with 4 points. Tim Roberts had 3 points. Mandel Thomas had 12 points. Norris Sheffield had 2 points. Ronell Williams had 12 points. And Damian Eggins had 2 points. Only player in foul trouble was Eggins with 3. Now for the Lions, Rico Grant had 4 points. Glenn Charles had 5 points. Avery Anderson had 3 points. Sam Bowie finished the first half with 18 points. Jason Whittingham had 10 points. Jason Kay had 4. Noble Evans had 4. Jason Kay was the only Lion with more than 2 fouls. He had 3 points. And now while you watch some of the shootout competition that's going to be held at halftime, we will now turn the mic over to Donald Ray Kennard, who will talk with Randy Moffitt about some things going on at Southeastern.
Thank you so much, Larry. I enjoyed your commentary. You're doing an outstanding job. Tonight I have with us Dr. Randy Moffitt, Vice President for Planning and Research and Development at Southeastern. Dr. Moffitt is formerly from North Louisiana, Jonesboro Hodge, and former basketball player. And I'd like to ask him what does he think of the first half, and what's your prediction, and what do you think about the game plan for Southeastern?
Well, I think the first half was very exciting. Obviously, I'd like it better if we were in the lead, but that last bucket got waved off. I think our guys started playing much better towards the middle of the first half. They started making some shots. Southern just has a bunch of real fine athletes that can really make the ball go in the hole. I think second half, we have to do the same thing, get a little bit better job on the backboards and make a little bit higher percentage of our close-in shots.
Well, Larry and I were talking. I'm quite impressed with the recruits that Coach Lyle has brought in. He had a good year last year for his first year, and it looks like he has a nucleus. At one particular time tonight, the first half, he had 3 freshmen on the floor, and this just goes to show he has faith in his recruits. And what is your observation there?
Well, John's done a great job for us. I think we at Southeastern are extremely pleased and happy to have him here. And you're right, he and his staff did a great job of recruiting, and throughout the year, I've seen him play every home game and a couple on the road. We many times will have 3 true freshmen on the floor. We've only got 2 seniors. Winningham and Sam Bowie, of course, are seniors, and Glenn Charles is a sophomore and returning, and Enrico Grant's a transfer, but essentially everybody else who plays for us are true freshmen. And I think the Drury kid from Georgia and Noble Evans from Pelican are true fine freshmen and are going to develop as real good inside players. And then we've got the Green kid from Troy Green from White Castle. It's a good outside shooter. So I think John's got a nucleus to have a good conference season after the first of the year, and certainly the kind of players to build our future on.
Well, Dr. Moffitt, let's change gears here. You know, Doc, we have a new president of Southeastern, Dr. Sally Clausen. She took over in July, and I know that you would like to say a few words about her and exactly what's going on in Southeastern at the present time.
Well, as you indicated, Dr. Clausen came to us in July, and I think has created a great deal of enthusiasm both on the campus and in the community. As you know, Donald Ray, she's a very people-oriented person. She's great with groups. She's great one-on-one, and I think she's brought a real emphasis on people, our students, our faculty, our staff, and of course, you know, those are the things that drive us, our people. And so, you know, Sally's done a great job there, and she's been doing a lot of listening, as she says, both in the community and on campus. And but you can already see some of the effects of her new administration in terms of us moving some projects forward.
Well, you know, I know she has her hand on the pulse. You know, serving under Governor Edwards for the last 3 years, she has a total perspective of higher education in the state of Louisiana. Needless to say, Southeastern has tremendous growth over here per capita. It's one of the fastest growing universities in the nation, and there's a few new projects I think that's going on at Southeastern, and maybe you would like to talk a little bit about Greek Row.
Well, Greek Row is a project that's been on our, if you will, drawing board for many, many years. But we've got some property north of the campus, and as you know, you're very familiar with our campus, and have helped us a great deal with projects. We're pretty landlocked on the south side of our campus, and any growth has got to occur what we call north or north of Columbus Drive. And Greek Row is an opportunity for us to take about 4 acres of a parcel of about 40 acres of land and create a very professional atmosphere for our fraternities and sororities. And we've gotten board permission. The Board of Regents and the Board of Trustees have approved that. And so we've got our plans on the table, and we have some issues to address locally with some of our neighbors. We want to be a good neighbor, but you know, it's something that we hope we can develop and enhance our Greek life.
Well, you know, Doc, when I was here, there were not many sororities and fraternities at Southeastern. Would you, about how many do you have right now chartered on the campus?
Well, I think we have, if I'm not mistaken, Donald Ray, I believe we have 6 fraternities and either 4 or 5 sororities. And as you know from your student days and, of course, your work at LSU, a lot of your campus leaders come from your Greek organizations. They're the kind of young people that make a commitment, and, of course, they make that commitment to their fraternity or sorority. But if you look at our SGA presidents, student government presidents, our current president's a member of a fraternity. So they're the leadership or nucleus of your student leadership, and we think anything we can do to enhance Greek life is a plus for us. And they also make outstanding alumni. They're usually the kind of people that will continue their commitment to the university after they graduate.
That's so true. And you know, when students make make friendships in sororities and fraternities. These are lifelong friendships, and as you said, they become very active in our alumni. And let's talk a little bit about our alumni, the growth of it, and what's going on in terms of our support groups and who heads up our alumni, etc.
Well, our Alumni Association president this year is Mr. Cliff Murphy from Baton Rouge, and I guess, Donald Ray, if we were going to go out and look for somebody to be a Alumni Association president, Cliff is a model. He's truly dedicated to this institution. He's not a short-term supporter. He's been an active member of our association probably for 20 years and served on boards and committees and has done a great job for us this year. And our president-elect is Miss Patty Dowie, and we look for exciting things under her. Right now, we're in the process of searching for a new alumni director. Charlotte Bennett, who's been our director for the last 7 or 8 years, has chosen to leave that position, and it really caught us all by surprise. And we're happy for Charlotte, but we're not happy to lose her. And I think you know, you've been in our new alumni house, our alumni complex, and again, I think it's an example of image. We had an alumni association house that was less than desirable in terms of presenting the image that we wanted, and the university administration, Dr. Warren Smith is president, Mr. Stephen Smith, our vice president for finance, and the Alumni Association, led by people such as Mason Foster, put together a plan to build this new complex. We've been in a little over a year, and we think that it's going to be the catalyst for us to get our group truly activated and back supporting Southeastern.
Well, you know, one thing, we had a conference with Dr. Clausen a while back. She said that she wanted the Alumni Center to be a home away from home for everyone that went to Southeastern. Also, she extended an olive branch to the various legislators, and she said that when we were in the area and we needed to use a phone or we needed to talk to somebody and just get familiar with the campus, she told us that she wanted us to feel like that was our home away from home, and I think that you were in attendance in that meeting.
Well, that's absolutely right, and we do want the alumni complex or alumni house to be a home away from home, both for our former students, our current students. It's a beautiful facility. Probably haven't been able to enjoy the beauty of it as much in the last year because of the widening of Columbus Drive and that 5-lane work, but that's coming to a close now, and of course the construction itself will be, the trucks, etc., will be removed, and makes it easier to get to the alumni house. And we certainly want anybody to come by and visit, find out about activities at the university. And as far as the legislators from this area, I think what Dr. Clausen said was that we really want you to have a place that when you're in the area and you need to return calls to some of your constituents, anything of that nature, and we want you to be a part of our university, because without good, strong legislative support, such as what you've provided and other people in our area, Senator John Hankel, of course, that just enhances the things that we can do.
Well, let's talk just a few seconds about the administration of Southeastern, Dr. Clausen, yourself, and who are 2 or 3 of your colleagues that work very closely with you in the administrative end of the university?
Well, when Dr. Clausen came in, she reorganized ever so slightly. She didn't make a lot of people turnover. She just changed the administrative alignment a little bit. And Dr. Ron Zachariah, who's been our provost now for over a year, continues to be provost and vice president for academic affairs. And Stephen Smith, who's been vice president for administration and finance for the last 6 or 8 years, still continues in that role. Bob Butler, who was vice president of institutional advancement, moved over to serve as interim dean of students this year. Dean Garrett is on leave. And the area that she gave to me as a responsibility is what we call planning, research, and development. And I have both aspects of internal planning as well as our external relations through alumni development, our public relations office. And of course, you know, Zach has been here 19 years. This is my 20th year. Stephen's been here 20 years. Bob's been here over 20 years. So I think what Dr. Clausen did is she brought the experience that she has in higher education, in state government, in elementary and secondary, and basically retooled the administration to fit what she thought were the strengths of individuals, but basically said, I want to draw on a strong core of people that know the university.
Well, Dr. Moffitt, thank you so much, and I know you and I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and thank you so much, Dr. Randy Moffitt, Vice President for planning, research, and development. Does an outstanding job at Southeastern. He's a student's friend. And we're going to turn it back over to Larry and let him give us a little recap of the first half. Okay, back to you, Larry.
Thank you, Don Ray. And looking at the first half statistics real quick, the Lions shot 42.9%, hitting on 18 of 42. They were 6 of 13 from three-point range, 46.2, very good percentage, and much higher they've been shooting for the season. They were 6 of 11 from the free throw line, just 54.5%. And for the season, Southeastern has shot fairly well from the line. They're shooting 73.9, which is not a bad team percentage. When you get up in the sevens, it's usually pretty acceptable. Southern University hit 52.6%, 20 of 38 in the first half, and Southern got a lot of in-close shots that they converted. And they were only 4 of 11, however, from the free throw line. For three-point range, they were just the same as Southeastern, 6 out of 13 for 46.2. Repeating again, the leading scorer for the Lions was Sam Bowie with 18 points. For Southern, Thomas and Williams each had 12, so did Kidd. And leading rebounder, Jason Whittingham, had 9 for Southeastern. Leading rebounder for Southern was Sherfield and Thomas, each had 3. Reminder, and the Lions now go on the road after the Christmas holidays. They'll take a break. They will come back and they will go on the road to play both Grambling on December the 28th. Quickly trying to find the Southeastern schedule. They will play, and then they will go to at Grambling on Thursday, December 28th, and then they will play at Stephen F. Austin on Saturday, December the 30th. They will return home. Their next home ball game will start Trans-America Athletic Conference play. That's Thursday, January the 4th at 7:15 p.m. here in the University Center. That's Thursday, January the 4th. Southeastern will play Florida International here to start Trans-America Athletic Conference play here in the University Center. The next ball game in the University Center will be on New Year's Eve at Sunday, December 31st. The Lady Lions will host George Mason University in a 3 o'clock ball game that afternoon. At 3 o'clock on New Year's Eve, Southeastern Lady Lions and George Mason University in the next ball game here in the University Center. The Lions have an attractive schedule coming up. As the interconference play, they will have not only Florida National, but Sanford, Jacksonville State, Centenary, Georgia State Mercer, Charleston, and Campbell College will be the teams coming into the arena for the conference play here this year, and then leading up to the conference tournament, which will be at Dillon, Florida, February 29th through March the 2nd. The winner of the conference tournament heads to the NC2A tournament. The Lions and Southern Jaguars now ready to crank it up for the second half. Southern looks like it's about ready to go back with the same starting lineup that they started the ball game, which would include Derek Kidd, Tim Roberts, Mandel Thomas, Norris Sherfield, and Ronell Williams. The Lions are going to go back with Grant, Green, Bowie, Whittingham, and now Noble Evans will start the second half. He did not start the ball game. Drury started the ball game. The only change among the starters will be Evans in for the Lions. And we'll start the second half. Tim Roberts, who well under his scoring average of 24-8, has only had 3 points tonight. Roberts gets the basketball early to Thomas. Pulls up, tries to drive. Pass on the left side to Kidd. He's called for walking. Good defense over there by Troy Green. Traveling violation. 50-48 as we start the second half of play. Southern and Southeastern, two teams that played a couple of high-scoring ball games last year, and cranking it back up tonight. There's a pass underneath to Whittingham. Puts it up off the glass. Jason Whittingham. Noble Evans made the pass. There's Roberts. He's going to put up a two-pointer. Partially blocked. Evans with the pass to Bowie. Bowie on the left side is going to drive. Puts it up off the glass. No good. And a rebound by Mandel Thomas. And a rebound foul was probably on Bowie as he went after his own shot.
Larry, that was a real crazy foul. You know, being an old basketballer, and the minute you've seen, you never go in there and go over a guy's back to rebound. And it was just, Bowie should have saved that one for later.
And now they're going to... They were trying to get it correct. They put it up on the board. It was against Jason Whittingham, his third, but John Lyle just wanted to make sure that was corrected, and that was what the stoppage in play was, and it was against Bowie. Whittingham nowhere around. Roberts, top of the key, puts up the three-pointer. It's good. Tim Roberts, as we said, way off his scoring pace. So that's 53-50. Right side to Green. Troy Green down the right baseline to Whittingham. Lions work it outside. Left side to Bowie. Bowie tries to drive and is bumped by Vandell Thomas. Picks up his third foul in the ball game. Bowie tried to drive the baseline. Cut off, was foul. The Lions win bound the basketball. Third foul on Thomas. He'd be a good guy to get in foul trouble early, as well as he's played tonight. Here's a pass cross court to Bowie. He puts up the three-pointer. It's way off, no good. Rebounded by Sherfield. Southern will come back on the attack. Derek Kidd, left side to Thomas, backs it out. Going one-on-one on Noble Evans, drives the baseline. They're going to call the foul on Evans, and they've already started off calling a little bit tighter this half.
Yeah, they really have. As I said, in the first half, they were letting them bump and run, but I think that they're going to slow the tempo down a little bit.
And as long as they're consistent, then the players just have to take time to adjust. And now Kidd launches a three-pointer. It's going to be no good. Two Lions fight for the basketball. Bowie comes down with it. That's Rico Grant pushing it up the court. Bowie, top of the key, right side to Green. Green drives the baseline, puts up a 10-footer. It's good. Troy Green with his first points of the ball game, and he's been averaging in double figures. That's Roberts, drives, tries to pass, doesn't get it off inside to Sheffield. And that was one of those, excuse me, oh yeah, that was good. Now Green passes underneath to Noble Evans, has the ball batted out of bounds. Green lost control, did a good job of getting it to Evans underneath, but he had it slapped away. Now the Lions will inbound it, trailing 55-52. 2 minutes have been played here in the second half. Long inbound pass to Bowie. Inside to Evans, to Whittingham. Whittingham has it stripped away from him, and they're going to call a foul on Whittingham. I believe that's what they call.
Well, I don't agree with that foul. I think the guy reached in. He was in midair, and the guy reached in and pulled him a little forward. When he came down, they called a charge on Whittingham. I don't agree with that one.
And the Lions will take Whittingham out of the ball game temporarily as John Lyles talks to him. They put Jason Kay in there. Ronell Williams puts up a 10-footer. He's going to be fouled by Grant. Really, that was after the shot. Rico Grant challenging the shot. Picks up his second foul. But I think it's going to send Williams to the free throw line anyway. Ronell Williams was over 2 from the free throw line in the first half. You know, I think you pointed out earlier, it's less than a 60% shooter from the free throw line. First one's off the front of the rim, 0 for 3. They keep him from shooting layups. They got a chance with him tonight. But 54-6 for the season, 0 for 3 in this ball game. And 0 for 4. Rebound on the floor, though, and it's picked up by Thomas, who has the ball slapped away from him, and a foul is going to be called. Vandell Thomas has done a good job scrapping on loose balls for Southern tonight. And that foul is on Noble Evans. That's his second. Already 5 fouls on the Lions. We haven't even played 2.5 minutes. And we have a timeout on the floor. Donald Ray?
Well, that was a real costly foul there. I mean, Evans, the ball was coming down. He had it in his hand, dropped it, went to the floor. And the guy stole the ball, and he reached in. And that really hurts whenever you lose a rebound like that on a free throw, Larry.
And a 20-second timeout called by the Lions, John Lyles. That's something to do in college basketball this year. They've taken a page from the pros. And I think they give each team a 20-second timeout. And just good sometimes to be able to take and just talk to you guys real quick and tell them what they're doing wrong already. You know, John seen his team commit 5 fouls here in the first half of play.
Out of the timeout, shooting 2 with a 35.
Vandell Thomas, 2 for 3 tonight. Makes that. Had to duck some candy being thrown in the stands. I missed that. He must have missed it. The score still 55-52. And second one is also no good, but Southern win another rebound. Williams with the basketball throws it out of bounds. He was looking for Thomas, who broke one way. He threw it the other. Lions will have the basketball. 55-52. It was 50-48 at the half. Southern led by 2. They lead by 3 now. Right side to Green, who now will bring it back out to Grant. Grant drives in. Quick pass to Whittingham underneath. He turns, misses the shot, puts the shot up. He's fouled. Whittingham with a good job of following his own rebound. Lyles wanted a foul call on the first shot. Didn't get it, but when Whittingham got his own rebound, that was Williams' third foul. So a couple of key players for Southern now picking up a few fouls. Of course, Whittingham's got 3 for the Lions, and they can ill afford to lose him. He'll get 2 free throws here, 55-52, and off the front of the rim for his first one. He is now 2 for 4 in the ball game. Ben Job on the sidelines for Southern. Boy, he's compiled a great record over there for the Jaguars. And Whittingham misses both his free throws. Very uncharacteristic of him. Right side, Roberts launches a three-pointer. No good. Rico Grant underneath for the rebound. Grant pushes the fast break up. Troy Green in the lane to Kay. Kay puts it up in. Dribbles around and falls through. Jason Kay with 2 points. And it's 55 to 54. Southern works the basketball on the perimeter. Down to Williams. Williams turns, spins off his leg, out of bounds. It'll be Southeastern basketball with a chance to take the lead for the first time here in the second half. The Lions only led very temporarily in the first half. Down right side to Green, launches a three-pointer. No good. Roberts, left side to Williams. Williams pulls up, shoots a 10-footer. It's good. Ronell Williams drills another one. And it's 57-54. Outside to Green. Green right side to Grant. Grant to Bowie. To Green. He drives, leaves it to Grant way outside. Pass into Jason Kay, shoots a 10-footer, no good. The ball is batted around. Finally stolen away by Bowie, and Bowie has it stolen back from him. Pass down court, and Rico Grant bumps into Williams as the ball flies loose. And that's the third one on Rico Grant. Don Ray, the Lions still, that's their 16th foul here.
Yeah, you know, we had that opportunity to move ahead in the ball game, and we came down and we fired the ball instead of working the perimeter and getting a good shot. So we got to just take our time and do a much better job. Ball was intercepted by Charles.
And the Lions will come back on the attack. 57-54, they trail by 3. That's Avery Anderson back in the ball game. Played some in the first half. Whittingham drives, back to Bowie. Lions slow tempo down just a little bit. Bowie to Whittingham, who fakes, drives in, passes underneath to Glenn Charles, has the ball batted away. The Lions now turn the ball over to Southern, who come up. Kidd. That's Vandell Thomas. Drives, shoots from the free throw line. It is in and out, no good, and Whittingham with the rebound. He'll be in double figures in rebounds in this ball game. Avery Anderson tries to drive and is pushed by Derek Kidd. It's his first foul. And the third one on Southern. And Southeastern will inbound the basketball. We haven't quite played 5 minutes here in the second half. It's 57-54. Scoring is slacked off just a little bit from the first half pace. Anderson inbounds the basketball, and the Lions will set their offense in motion. To Whittingham, back out to Anderson. Right side, Glenn Charles puts up a three-pointer. In and out, no good, but Whittingham there for the rebound, and he is fouled. Jason Whittingham, Don Ray, I think you can see what I'm talking about. He is all over. He is a good offensive rebounder.
I tell you what, he's a real ray of sunlight for Southeastern. He's so agile, and he's a good jumper, and I'm tremendously impressed with Whittingham tonight. He really has done an outstanding job for the line.
Well, they don't call that one a shooting foul, even though he's in a rebound and going up, but regardless. So the Lions will inbound it again. They get the ball underneath to Jason Kay, who puts a bucket in. He's got 8 points in the ball game. Now, pass down on the right side. That is Mitch Taylor, launches a three-pointer. His second one of the ball game, and Southern 60-56, and Anderson throws the ball away. Now, Wandell Williams on the fast break attempt puts the shot up, and I think they're going to call Bowie for the foul on Williams. As the turnover ignited a Southern fast break, Sam Bowie picks up the foul. That's his second. And that's already the 17th foul on the Lions, and we're just over 5 minutes into the second half on a 60-56. And we're going to have a timeout on the floor before we go in to shoot. And who's getting ready to shoot for Southern? Williams again. We've already talked about his exploits at the free throw line. Won't make All-American from that area anyway. But Southeastern starting to substitute a lot. The scoring tempo's dropped a little bit here. Not as much points in the first 5 minutes of the second half. It's kind of surprising, really.
Oh, it really is. And, you know, Southeastern's had about 3 or 4 opportunities to go ahead in the ball game. They've been down 1, and it just seems like that when they see that 1-point margin, Larry, they become a little impatient. I mean, you got a shot clock out there, and you just got to watch that shot clock and come down and set up your offense and take the good shot. I mean, I know they're anxious, but they're over anxious. In order to capitalize and go ahead, you're going to have to slow the tempo down a little bit and take the real good shot, because you got some tremendous shooters on this ball club. I mean, Bowie's one of the better shooters in the United States, and Winningham, he just does a great job inside. I'm impressed with Grant, and I think that Southeastern, you know, they're going to be ready for conference play in early January, and maybe they're going to get some of the kinks out tonight and have a good Christmas and be ready. I think they play Grambling on the 28th, and then they go on to Texas to play Stephen F. Austin. So they have one more tune-up before their first conference ball game, I believe.
Right, and of course, you know, we've talked about the Lions. Just John Lyles has talked about shot selection in some of the Lions' losses earlier this season, and whether it's from location or whether it's from timing in the ball game. And as you said a few minutes ago, they were down by 1 point, came down, and before they made 2 passes, they had put up a 3-point shot, and it went back down the other end. Williams finally makes a free throw. That's his first one in 5 attempts tonight. But he's got 15 points in the ball game. He has been a big factor. So he's made 2 of them, and Southern now opens a 6-point lead. Their biggest of the second half. Avery Anderson to Kidd to Glenn Charles. Passes the ball inside and leads back and forth, and turnover steal. Southern winds up with it. Kidd from the top of the key for 3. They left him open. He's just one you can't bring down and leave unguarded. 65 to 56. Now it's 9 points. Cross-court pass to Charles, to Anderson. Anderson drives the lane and tries to pass inside, has the ball batted away. It's on the floor. Anderson picks it up and lays it off the glass. Might have made a bad move, overcompensated inside, but then picked the ball up and did a good job of scrapping for the loose ball. That's Kidd to Vandale Thomas, to Mitch Taylor. Back out to Kidd as Southern works the basketball. They pass it into Sherfield. Sherfield outside of Vandale Thomas. Pulls up, shoots a 10-footer. It's good, and they're going to call a foul on the play. Tell you what, Vandale Thomas is going to make Southern University a much better basketball team than they had anticipated before the season started. And that foul is on Glenn Charles, his second. And so the basket by Thomas is good, and he will shoot a free throw.
He replaces Jason Kidd.
Noble Evans into the ball game for the Lions. Thomas will get a chance to open up a 10-point lead for Southern if he makes it, and he does. So Southern's outscored Southeastern 18 to 10 here in the opening 6 minutes of the second half. Pass underneath to Whittingham. Nice pass from Troy Green. Whittingham with another bucket, and it's 68 to 60. One thing you like to say about Troy Green, he's improving some of the other areas. He came in here as a good shooter, and he's done a pretty good job of scoring for the Lions, 14-4, but you can watch him improve his defensive play and his ball handling and passing. Rondell Williams puts one up. Can't hit it from the free throw line, but steps back 2 more steps from there and makes it. And it's 70 to 60. 10 points. Green to Whittingham in the lane. Scoops it off the glass, misses it. He might have been too wide open that time. Nice pass again, though, from Troy Green. Right side, Taylor launches a 3-pointer. In and out. No good. Noble Evans with the rebound. The Lions push it up the court. That's Rico Grant. Grant puts up a 3-pointer. They're going to count it. And a foul. He got a chance for a 4-point plan. So Rico Grant hits the 3-pointer, and he's fouled on the play.
Personal foul number 42, Rondell Williams.
And that's on Williams. That's his 4th foul. So, hey, what did he do? Just try to fly by him and tap him?
Yeah, I tell you what, it's a very exciting ball game. We've seen some beautiful three-point shooting tonight, and most of it, as Joe Dean says, is string music, isn't it?
Sure has been. And Rico Grant hit his first one of the night. He's got 5 points, 6, 7 points. He got a chance to make it 8. He misses it, though. Lions fight for the rebound, and Grant comes up with it. Right side, Bowie. Bowie fakes, now drives. Puts it up, off the glass, good. So the Lions got a 5-point play out of that one and quickly cut it to 70-65. Kidd, that's Thomas on the left wing. Thomas drives down, spins, drives the lane, scoops one underhand and makes it, and a foul is going to be called. Vandell Thomas going 1-on-1, makes the bucket. He's got 12, 13, he's got 15 points. Noble Evans picks up his third foul. Thomas will go to the free throw line. He has a chance for another 3-point play. It's the first time Thomas has played this year. He's that transfer from Mississippi State who became eligible at midterm and makes that one. So he's got a couple of 3-point plays, and it's 73-68. Back up to 8. Right side to Green. Green in the lane to Charles. Turns, shoots a 10-footer, good. Glenn Charles, he's got 7 points in the ball game. 73-67, 12 minutes to go in the ball game. Right side to Taylor. Taylor drives in, has it blocked from behind by Sam Bowie. The Lions now on a fast break. There's Bowie driving in and slams it home. He saw Sam Bowie, saw who was guarding him, and he had Derek Kidd on him, and he said, no way a 5'8" guy's going to keep me from slamming it. Went right over him, and it's 73-69, and Southern's going to call a quick timeout. That was a nice play. Sam used pretty good judgment that time.
Oh, yeah. You know, the height difference, that was something. Bowie and Kidd, it wasn't very much of a matchup, about 6 inches difference in height, and however, that was a beautiful move. He's so fluid and he's so smooth. I mean, he can smell that basket. He can drive. He can hit from the outside. He's very adept at passing the ball. In fact, he's his leader. They look for Bowie, and when Bowie's not available, they try to go inside to Willingham. But I'm impressed with the play of Southeastern, and the Lions never give up. It's now 73-69. There was a 10-point margin, and they just keep on coming back, So this game is still up for grabs. There's 11 minutes and 38 seconds left in the ball game, and the Lions, I think they're rejuvenated, and Southern got a little shook and called timeout, Larry.
Well, the Lions made a good run at him, and of course we said Sam likes the spectacular now. There's no doubt about that, and he really passed up the super spectacular to almost make the sure basket, and but still at the same time was able to slam it home. Now Southern will inbound the basketball. That's Derek Kidd with it out front. He's got Troy Green on him. They go to Taylor. Outside to a new player in the ball game, Corey Davis. Davis puts up a left-handed shot in the lane, short. The Lions will rebound and come back down the court. Rico Grant brings it up to Noble Evans. He launches a three-pointer, in and out, no good. Glenn Charles rebound, no good, but Sam Bowie is there to tip it in. The Lions working the offensive boards real well as they did the first half, and Bowie on the third follow. And a pass by Southern goes out of bounds. Now Jason Whittingham comes in. He will replace Glenn Charles. You watch Glenn Charles every once in a while. He can really jump for a guy his size. He just does a good job. Lions will bring the basketball back up. 10:59 to go. Trailing 73-71. Quick pass in the lane. Noble Evans off the glass, no good. He keeps it alive. Evans outside. Troy Green, three-pointer short, no good. It'll be Southern's basketball. Now Derek Kidd quickly down the court with it. Lions had 2 opportunities and didn't get it. Taylor backs out, shoots the 3. Good. Derek Taylor by Mitch Taylor. Now Green loses the ball, but he's fouled. 76-71. And 10:33 to go in the ball game. Foul is on Mitch Taylor. It's only his first. And Andy Bolin, the freshman, will come in. And let's see, are they going to call this inbound? They're going to call shooting. Yeah, they're going to call it inbound. They're getting ready to say after a couple of the other ones that they call non-shooting fouls, if they call that one a shooting one, that would have been a big upset to me. But anyway, the Lions will bring the ball inbounds outside to Bolin, and the ball is thrown over his head. And Derek Kidd will go all the way in. but has the ball blocked out of bounds by Sam Bowie. So it's Bowie and Kidd on both ends of the court, and Sam Bowie won both matchups.
Yeah, like I say, there's not very much of a matchup there, but that was a beautiful block. I mean, it was beautiful. It was wide open for the layup, and he came out of nowhere and blocked the ball.
Southern inbounds the basketball. The shot is taken and missed by Thomas. Noble Evans gets the rebound. He is fouled, and the Lions will go to the free throw line. Again, a while ago, they came down. Noble Evans launched a three-pointer. It's not, even though he can shoot from out there, he's not the guy you want shooting a three-pointer in a close situation. So now Noble will get a chance to go to the line. And some of this is just things that guys like Troy Green, Noble Evans, they're going to learn when to take them and when not to take them. And it just comes from playing time and experience. Evans misses. Whittingham tips it out to keep it alive. Outside to Bowie and to Evans. Evans out to Boland. Boland passes to Whittingham. Lions trailing 76-71. Pass in is tipped away, and Southern comes back up with it. And that was the fourth foul on Sheffield.
Three-point basket, Derek Kidd.
Derek Kidd hits another three-pointer. Evans, a nice pass inside to Whittingham. Evans with another super pass, Whittingham. There's Kidd, another three-pointer, in and out, no good. Evans with the rebound. Boy, is he going to be a nice, strong rebounding basketball player. The Bowie, he hits the three-pointer from long range, and it's good. Sam Bowie with the assist. And now it's 79-76, 9.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Taylor's going to try to go one-on-one. Now Kidd drives up, shoots a 10-footer. It's good. Well, the first time he's hit one from close range. All the other ones he's just been three-pointers. He opens it up, 81-76. Boland to Evans at the free throw line. Puts up the shot, it's short. And Southern comes down with the rebound. That was Sherfield with the rebound. They on the scoreboard has Sherfield with 4 fouls. That's Vandell Thomas with the basketball. He's got Boland on him. Now Southern will back it out to Kidd. And he'll restart the offense. Kidd drives past Green, puts it in the lane. He's going to be fouled by Boland as he puts up a short shot in the lane. And that'll be Andy Boland's first foul. 10th one on the line, so that'll send Kidd to the line for 2 for sure. And a timeout on the floor. 81-76, 8:47 to go. And once again, what you pointed out a few minutes ago, the Lions come down a couple times and just their shot selection, and this is something that John Lyles has pointed to, so it's not, you know, something we're talking out of school on. John has taught it's something that, as a young team playing together, has to learn, and freshmen and newcomers to the program learn when to take them, when not to take them, and go from there.
Well, also, you know, there are just some guys on the ball club that you don't want shooting a three-pointer. And as you said, that just comes with experience. When a guy like that shoots 2 or 3 of them and he's not too successful, then he starts thinking about should he or shouldn't he not shoot them. But as you said, it's early in the season and they're getting some of these kinks worked out. And it's only a matter of time, I think, before the Lions are going to jail. Now Southern, I tell you, Kidd, I mean, he is their quarterback. He constantly puts pressure on the lines, and he's very difficult to guard. You got to watch him. He can shoot from out and he can shoot from under.
And Vandell Thomas, 7 of 13 from for field goals tonight. Sam Bowie is also shooting very well for the Lions.
Yes, I tell you, they have some shooters on both ball clubs, and I tell you what, the people are missing an outstanding ball game. The electricity is here tonight in the crowd, and Larry, it's a good crowd as close as it is to Christmas. I'm real surprised to see as many people here tonight as they have.
Not a bad crowd considering the holidays. A little bit short of what a normal Southeastern Southern game would be, but still, as you said, still a pretty good crowd. Derek Kidd at the line. He's got 20 points already in the ball game. Make that 21. Of course, he had 40 against LSU. Tim Roberts was their leading scorer in 3 other ball games, but Kidd had 41, against LSU, and now he drops another free throw in, and it's 83-76. Lions bring a couple substitutes back in the ball game. Right corner to Charles. Whittingham back out to Glenn Charles. That's Rico Grant. He'll drive and pop it out to Charles. Lions trying to get something inside, but Bowie takes it from out and hits. So Sam Bowie. Sam Bowie, I think, if my totals are right, he's got 30 points. His career high is 33. Need to run his picture in the paper more often. He had a big article on him today. But there's Mitch Taylor answering with a three-pointer. Mitch Taylor did not start tonight. He's got 14 points. Sam Bowie, another three-pointer. No good. He knew that was off, and he charged hard for the rebound, but just went the wrong way. Eggins with the rebound. Kidd, right side. Taylor, he has no conscience. He'll shoot it again. Rebound, though, up and under. Inside by Sheffield, which is his third basket of the ball game, and Southern now leads 88-79. Whittingham in the lane, right side to Charles. Tries to drive the baseline. Inside to Whittingham. The Lions got a good break, and Whittingham dribbles it off the glass and in. And Whittingham has about 18 points in the ball game for Southeastern. It's 88-81, 7:22, and the scoring pace has picked up a lot in the last 3 or 4 minutes. Outside, Taylor, no, he passes inside, and Whittingham kicks it off. Grant down quickly. Backs it out, and he tried to set his feet, and as he did, he just walked. No doubt about that. As he stopped, looked for the three-point line. When he saw he was on it, he backed it out, but he forgot to say may I and dribble at the same time. So it'll be Southern basketball. 7:08 to go. 88-81. Avery Anderson back in. They're going to give Sam Bowie a breather. You got Evans, Whittingham, Anderson, Grant, Green, and now Charles is going to come in, and Grant's going to also take a blow. So Southern will come up. Nope. Check that Charles. They were going to bring Charles in, but I guess he hadn't reported in time, so he will come in on the next dead ball. 7:06 to go in the ball game, and Southern leading 88-81. Kidd drives around, passes underneath, goes up for the shot, but he's fouled by Anderson as Sherfield tried to slam one home. Anderson preventing that, and that'll send Norris Sherfield to the free throw line. He has played in 4 ball games this year and done pretty good from the free throw line.
Yeah, he's shooting 71%, which what you said is real good. I was looking a while ago at Kidd's free throw percentage. He's he's 75%, so you don't want him at the free throw line too often.
And that's good to have your point man that can shoot that free throw percentage around that 80% mark, because you're going to want him handling the ball down the stretch, and that was an air ball. Talking about he didn't look like a 71% free throw shooter on that one. Maybe they got those numbers transposed. Man, it's supposed to be 147 or something, but yeah, but he's 5 of 7 coming into tonight's ball game. Missed his first one and missed his second one short, but Southern gets the rebound. Thomas turns, shoots, it bounces around 2 or 3 times and falls through. Vandale Thomas. The Lions come up trailing 90-81. Troy Green launches a shot, no good. Ball is tipped around, out of bounds. It'll be Southeastern basketball. Well, you said this might be a ball game where both teams hit the triple figures, and we're moving a little bit closer to that. Southeastern will inbound the basketball. Glenn Charles goes out, Bowie back in. Whittingham, Jason Kay's in the ball game. Anderson dribbles in. Finds Whittingham on the baseline. Lions working the basketball against Southern's zone defense. Troy Green, long pass to Whittingham. Pass to Green. To Kay. Kay on the baseline, bounces it off his foot and out of bounds. Lions had a chance to cut it from that 9-point deficit, but couldn't do it. Derek Kidd brings it up with Troy Green on him. That's Taylor, almost has it knocked away from him by Anderson. It does go out of bounds, but it'll be Southern ball back. Mr. Taylor, a good long-range bomber. Now this is Derek Kidd. Shoots one over Green, no good. Whittingham with another rebound. Quickly down court, the Lions try to pass it to Bowie, inbound, saves it, but right into Southern's hands. Kidd again, he'll pull up, pass underneath to Eggins, almost walks, puts the shot up. Whittingham gets the rebound. Now Anderson to Bowie on the left wing. Back to Anderson. Can't find anybody. Now looks way outside to Green. He'll put up the three-pointer. No good, but Whittingham's there for the rebound. Puts up the 10-footer. Good. Jason Whittingham. He's got to have about 15 rebounds in the ball game now also. 5:21 to go. It's 90-83. There's Mandel Thomas driving, shooting from 15. It is no good. Bowie gets the rebound. Out to Anderson, right side to Green. He'll put up a shot again. Two-pointer, no good. Kidd with the rebound. Kidd dribbles down court, right past one player, up over Sam Bowie, no good. Jason Kay with the rebound. Back out to Green. Green one-on-one. Tries to drive by Thomas, pulls up, passes underneath. The ball is going to tip out of bounds. Let's see. They're going to say it is Southern basketball. John Lyles thinking it may have bounced off a Southern player, but to no avail. He's leading the back Chauvin, was way on the other side of the court. Noble Evans back in the ball game for the Lions. Jason Whittingham, the Lions' second leading scorer, has played a great ball game tonight. He's really been bothered by an ankle injury for the last week or so. Now Southern now slows the tempo down. 4:40, they lead by 7 in the ball game. Lions now, the man-to-man. Kidd drives all the way down, puts the pass in. Ronell Williams puts one up. Sam Bowie comes down with the rebound, and Williams picks up the foul. And I believe that's his 5th one, right? He's out of the ball game. And that should send Sam Bowie to the free throw line. Sam's been a pretty good free throw shooter, too.
Team foul number 8 against the Jaguars.
Yeah, Sam is shooting 78%. That's the guy you want at the free throw line. They just lost one of their starters, so Southeastern's going to take a breather. And I tell you, it's getting critical, Larry. It's 4 minutes and 26 seconds left in the ball game. They're 7 down, so if he hits these free throws, that'll put them 5 down. But they're going to have to, you know, get that second win and come back in order to stay in this ball game. They were down 11 points a while ago, which was the largest it's been in the second half. But we got a lot of time left, and there, you know, the start of the second half, there were a lot of fouls in the first 4 or 5 minutes, and it slowed down considerably in the last 7 or 8 minutes. But the Lions are still in there, and as I said, it's amazing how these young men can shoot the basketball. And I think Whittingham is he's got a great touch on the basketball court. He's just an outstanding individual, and I'm extremely impressed with him.
Right, they just passed the note up here. Whittingham, of course, he's got a short career at Southeastern. This is only his first and only year. He's got 17 rebounds, 9 of them offensively. That's a career high for him. Troy Green, we talked maybe a little bit about shot selection, but give him credit, 7 assists in a ball game. And Williams fouled as Ronell Williams fouled out. He was 8 for 11 from the floor. Sam Bowie's 11 from 18 from the floor. And one thing I've been impressed with is the passing of some of the Lions. They've made some real sharp, intricate passes tonight. Noble Evans, Troy Green, etc.
Yes, I was just saying how impressed I am with Willingham. The guy definitely has great potential.
Done a good job tonight. Bowie misses the free throw when the Lions needed a 1-and-1. Couldn't come down with it, and so now Southern with a 7-point lead goes back on the offensive. Just a little over 4 minutes to go in the ball game. Gary Kidd with the basketball. He'll put up a three-pointer from long range. No good. The ball's batted around and recovered by Eglin underneath. Higgins with the bucket makes it 92-83. Southern has got a lot of bounces on that rim tonight when that ball is going up there. Noble Evans out to Bowie for 3. In and out, no good. And that time the freshman turned, didn't look for the shot, passed it outside to the shooter, but Sam couldn't knock it home. And Southern will come up with a chance to match its biggest lead of the ball game. That's Kidd. Out to Thomas. Thomas drives by his man to Eggins from the free throw line. Puts a shot up, and it's good. So he's got a couple of clutch baskets here. Man off the bench for Southern, Damian Eggins. Rico Grant drives, and a call traveling on him. 94-83 with 3:25 to go. As Grant is called for traveling. And Southern with a chance to build its biggest lead in the ball game. Kidd drives down. He'll have a 4-on-1, passes it underneath, and Whittingham blocks it away. Rico Grant down the floor, and a ball is batted off of him, off his foot, and out of bounds. It'll be Southern basketball. The Lions had a chance that time for a 3-on-1 fast break, and Grant just was pinned against the sideline and bounced the ball off his foot. Southern will come back. Nice defensive play that time by Whittingham. Mitch Taylor with the three-pointer. It is in there. Hits the front of the rim and trickles through. Shooters bounce for the Southern again. And now they have the biggest lead of the ball game, 97-83. Green misses the three-pointer. And Southern having a chance to hit the century mark on this trip down the court. Taylor pulls up. He shoots from three. It is no good. Follow-up is missed, and Noble Evans with the rebound. Out quickly to Grant. Grant to Bowie. Bowie's going to drive up, drop the bucket, and a foul is going to be called on Eggins. Chance for a three-point play.
Personal foul number 50, Damian Eggins. That's his fourth
foul. And Eggins did a good job of pulling back a little bit, because that would have been a situation where he could have undercut Bowie and really hurt him and drawn the intentional foul, and by just backing off, he committed the foul, but not near what it could have been.
No, he had respect for him. Like I said, it could have been nasty, but Bowie, I mean, he was up in the air and was.
And this time Sam makes the free throw, so he's dropped it in. By my count, that should match a career high for Sam. 97-86. Lions pressuring all over the court. Eggins with the basketball. Now he's out front to Maurice Fuller, who's in the ball game. He's replaced Kidd. And Southern slows it down. 2:18 to go in the ball game. 11-point difference. As Southern has opened it up. Fuller double team. They use Eggins. There's Fuller, drives in, puts a shot up, and good. He beats the shot clock. Maurice Fuller, his first basket of the ball game. Now Sam Bowie turns, spins, drives, tries to put a shot up. It's blocked, but he's fouled. And 1:54 to go. Southern leading 99-86.
Personal foul number 35, Bendale Thomas.
That's Bendale Thomas. That's his fourth. And now Bowie will go to the line to shoot a pair. With 1:54 to go. Don't forget the Lions' next home ball game will be January the 4th. They'll start Trans-America Athletic Conference play in the University Center against Florida International, and Bowie misses the first free throw. So Sam, one of the Lions' best free throw shooters, has uncharacteristically missed 4 in this ball game. And makes that one. Now down court quickly with the basketball. Fuller, right side into Sherfield. Sherfield's foul from behind. Misses the slam. 1:47 to go. That foul was on Noble Evans. His fourth, all of them here in the second half. And Sherfield will go to the line for 2 free throws. Sherfield in the ball game with 7 points. First free throw off the back of the rim. It's no good. 12-point Southern lead with 1:47 to go. And he makes the second one, so Southern hits the century mark. The Lions have hit their scoring average for the season, 87 points, but they trail by 13. Troy Green drives the baseline, puts a little shot up, it's good, and Southeastern's going to call a timeout. With 1:37 to go, it's 100-89. Not an impossibility with the three-point shot in this day and age of basketball.
It's certainly not, Larry, and it's unfortunate the Lions just hit a cold streak there. They went about 3 or 4 minutes and they didn't score. But Bowie has 34 points tonight. It's his career high. 33 was his previous. So congratulations to Sam Bowie on having an outstanding ball game. I'm sure it's one he'll always remember, playing the crosstown rival Southern University. But the Lions, they have their work cut out for them. It's 100-99 with 1 minute and 37 seconds left in the ball game. So they're going to have to make 3 or 4 3-pointers to get back in the ball game, which is certainly possible. But I think Southern, what they're going to do is they're going to put the ball in the deep freeze, and they're going to slow the tempo down. They're going to take the good shots, and they're going to work for the free throws. And as I said, for Southeastern to get back in the ball game, they're going to have to hit some 3-point shots with only 1 minute and 37 seconds left in the ball game.
Of course, college basketball, once you reach 10 fouls, everything's 2 shots, so there's no 1-and-1 situations, and that's where the situation is now. Both teams have reached that limit, and now's the time when you need the 3-pointers to catch up, because you can shoot a lot of 3-pointers earlier when you're down, but it's not always that important. But when you get down the last 2 minutes and you're double figures behind, you need to hit a few 3-pointers if you're going to catch up. Southeastern will inbound the basketball. Avery Anderson's tried to steal one there, didn't he?
Well, I was going to say, Southeastern's going to use a full court press, I'm sure. So, you know, generally when you use a full court press, you pick up a few fouls.
Noble Evans has 10 rebounds in the ball game tonight, and as Fuller comes up the floor, he is fouled. At that time, Avery Anderson jumped out of bounds like he was Southeastern's chance to bring the ball in.
Well, this is what we were scared of when they went in that full court press, and they fouled Southern. They ran 7 seconds off the clock, and Fuller's at the free throw line, and as we said before, his first one is in, and he resembles kids so much. They're both 5'8", and they have the same stature. So he's taking his second free throw, makes it. It's now 102-89 with 1:34 left.
And the Lions quickly back up the floor. Anderson runs through and is fouled, which benefit the Lions. It stops the clock. He just passes another on Sam Bowie. We've already mentioned he had his career high in points, but he also has 5 blocks tonight, which is a career high, 8 rebounds, and a 12 from 20 from field goal range. That foul was on Eggins. He's got 5 fouls. He came off the bench and did a good job for Southern tonight. He got a couple key baskets when Southern opened up that lead there early in the second half. And Avery Anderson will step to the free throw line to shoot 2. Troy Green having one of his poor night shooting tonight. They passed up the figure 2 out of 12 from in field goals, and he might press a little bit. You know, a boy from White Castle who was recruited both by Southeastern and Southern, and he wanted to make a good showing tonight. And that just, again, once again, we talk all about it, but that just comes with experience and learning when not to put pressure on yourself. And Troy has done a good job for the Lions this season, and he will continue to do a good job. He's a good basketball player and a good one to help build your future on. Avery Anderson makes both of them, and it's 102-91. Lions with their full court pressure. Fuller to Mitch Taylor. Double team. And now Fuller bumps into Sam Bowie, and Bowie's going to be called for the foul, and they'll send Fuller back to the free throw line. Kind of surprised with 2 minutes to go in the ball game with this big a lead that Ben Jobe doesn't have both his little playmakers. I know you don't want to get oversized, but you want to have 2 guys in there that can shoot free throws and handle a basketball as well as Kidd and Fuller can. And I imagine down the course of the season, eventually, he'll have a situation like that. It's not an ideal situation if you're in a tight ball game, but when, like you said, when you're trying to spread it out and control the basketball and kill the clock, you got 2 little guys like that. It's pretty hard to hem up. Fuller makes his first one. He's hit 4 free throws in a row now for Southern. Now we see why he's in the ball game down the stretch. He missed that one though. Whittingham pulls down another one. That should be 18 for him. Grant almost loses the basketball. 1:15 to go. Lions trail by 12. Green launches a shot and it's blocked out of bounds. Put up another 3. Well, that makes it 0 for 7 for Troy tonight. This is one he won't want to remember. But that's going to happen to shooters during the course. They're going to have a ball game once in a while, and he's averaging 14.4 points a game.
It's cold as the weather tonight.
Yeah. Put another one up, but great hustle to save the ball inbounds after he missed his shot. Bowie drives the baseline in the lane, tries to put a shot up, but he's fouled him before he gets the shot off. He'll still get 2 free throws. 57 seconds, the Lions still trail by 12.
Personal foul number 52, Brian Johnson, his first.
new player in the ball game, Brian Johnson, gets his first foul for Southern, and Bowie will have a chance to add to his 34-point career high. He makes his first one. That's 35 points now for Sam in the ball game. And misses the second one, and Southern gets the rebound. 103-92, and Southern lose the ball out of bounds. And it looked like from this angle, where we're not where the official was, that the ball went off Fuller's leg, but the call went the other way. Much to the dismay of John Lyles and his staff. And as Fuller comes up, he is fouled by Troy Green, who reaches in, tries to knock the ball away. And 50 seconds to go. It's an 11-point ball game. Fuller will have 2 free throws.
Checking into the game for SLU, Andy Bolin.
Andy Bolin comes in the ball game. He's a good 3-point shooter. Maybe the Lions can try to light him up for a couple quick ones on the floor. But Fuller with a chance to extend Southern's lead. And he hits his first free throw. Fuller now with 5 free throws in the ball game to go with a basket. 7 points, make it 8. As Southern goes to 105-92. Quickly outside to Bolin. Bolin with the 3-pointer, way short, but Whittingham is there for the rebound. He passes back out, and the Lions looking for the 3-pointers here. Bowie misses a shot. Actually, Whittingham passed up a sure 2-pointer to get the ball way back outside. The ball is batted out of bounds. It'll be Southern basketball. 105-92. Green almost steals inbound pass. 37 seconds to go. Southern has this one wrapped up. The Lions have exceeded their scoring average, but they've given up more than what they normally do. Inbound pass is picked off by Bolin to Green. Green underneath the Whittingham off the glass and good. So Whittingham with a good offensive game too. And a foul on the inbound pass. 105-94. And Fuller will go back to the free throw line as Troy Green picks up his 3rd foul.
Personal foul number 21.
If nothing else, Ben Jobe getting a chance to see what Fuller can do under pressure situation down the stretch as he jumps into action for the Jaguars. Fuller makes his first one. And now they got Kidd and Fuller in the ball game as Kidd checks in for the final 32 seconds. (106-94). Next shot is also good. Fuller hits another one. 107-94. 30 seconds to go. Green launches a long 3-pointer, no good. Bowie's going to back it out and look for the 3-pointer and has the ball stolen away by Fuller. Fuller down and lays it off the glass and good. Maurice Fuller pass to Whittingham. Whittingham cross court to Bolin. Bolin drives the baseline into Evans. Evans up, puts the ball in. Freshman working for the basket for the Lions down the stretch here. And Evans fouls Derek Kidd with 11 seconds to go. 109-96. 11 seconds to go in the ball game. And now Kidd will have an opportunity. He's 2 for 2 from the free throw line. And that's Noble Evans' 5th foul. Derek Kidd shooting.
Derek Kidd shooting. He's shooting 75%. And that's probably about his field goal shooting percentage tonight, too, because he's been hot as a pistol. He's an excellent basketball player. Of course, he misses that free throw.
You brag on him, you know.
Brag on him, and it'll always happen. But 11 seconds left, 109-96. He's coming up with his 2nd free throw. He misses it.
And the Lions quickly up the court. Troy Green, he'll pull up, shoot from 3, and misses this one. And the ball is knocked out of bounds by Bowie. 109-96 as Kidd missed both of those free throws. And Southern University has this one wrapped up. As they will inbound the basketball to Fuller. And he'll just run out the clock. No, he's going to put up a 3-pointer at the buzzer, but it's no good. And we have a final score of Southern University, 109-96. And Donald Ray, a couple final thoughts on this while I add up point totals as we wrap up this broadcast.
Well, it was an exciting ball game. The score is 109 to 96. Really, the score did not indicate the ball game. The Lions were hanging in there probably out of the 40 minutes they played. They were hanging in there about 36 minutes. They hit a real cold spell with about 8 minutes left in the ball game. They scored very few points, and Southern went on about a 11 or 12 point run, and Southeastern never could catch up. As I said before, the Lions, they have the nucleus of a real good ball club, and it's just a matter of time before they gel. Coach Lyles and his staff are to be commended on the efforts that they put forth tonight, but playing a veteran ball club, Southern's got some outstanding players, and I know all the people here tonight enjoyed the offensive show that was put on by both ball clubs.
All right, let's give you a final rundown of point totals tonight. Southern University, which had 109, was led by Derek Kidd, who had 22 points in the ball game. Vandell Thomas had 20. Other scoring for Southern, Darrell Barlow had 2. Mitch Taylor had 16. Maurice Fuller had 12. Tim Roberts, 6. Norris Sherfield had 8. Ronell Williams had 18. And Damian Eggins had 6. For the Lions, they were led by Sam Bowie, who had a career-high 35 points and also had 5 block shots, which was a career high. Jason Whittingham had 22 points, also had a career-high rebounds. At one point, it was 17, but I think he picked up another 1 or 2 after that. They were the only 2 players in double figures for Southeastern. 3 players had 7 points apiece: Rico Grant, Glenn Charles, and Avery Anderson. 8 points by Jason Kay, 6 by Noble Evans, and 4 by Troy Green. So Southeastern now falls to 3-5 on the season. Southern improves to 3-2. The Lions' next home ball game, January the 4th, open tack play against Florida International. And we'll wrap up the broadcast with an interview with Coach John Lyles.
Coach Lyles, the Southeastern Lions tonight, they fought a valiant effort tonight against Southern, and several times in the ball game they were within 1 point of taking the lead. But what's your reaction to tonight's ball game?
Well, Donald Ray, the effort was there. We worked hard. Southern's much improved. They picked up some good players here. And we're just going through a hard time. We haven't been able to get our team together for practice because of injuries, and our chemistry is not there, and our conditioning is not there with some of our key players. But I was proud of the way Bowie played. It's the first time Sam's played healthy in quite a while. Whittingham got real tired, missed a lot of easy shots. Noble Evans missed some easy shots because of fatigue. And we made a lot of mistakes. We got a young team, and it's showing. And the good Lord is testing us right now, but we just got to hang in there and keep battling, and we're going to have a good team before this is over.
Oh, I certainly agree. You have a great nucleus in there with Bowie and Whittingham. I think they're 2 of the premier players in your conference. And you do have a little losing streak going here, and I'm sure they're going to get a little Christmas break. But after they get the break, what's your plan?
Well, we're going to go back to work. The main thing is for our guys not to lose faith in themselves and confidence. Like Troy Green. Troy Green's an outstanding shooter right now. He can't buy one. And he's got to keep shooting it when he's got a good shot, and they'll eventually start falling. And we need to get together and practice and play and be together as a team. We just haven't been able to do that for 2 weeks now. And you know, being as young as we are, we don't have like an experienced team where we can miss practice for 3 or 4 days and then come back and be right in step because we have so much to learn. So I'm disappointed with losing. I don't like losing, but I still think we're going to have a good team before this is over. We just need some time to work and keep the faith.
One thing that I was impressed with is you have a lot of confidence in your freshmen. One particular time there tonight, you had 3 freshmen in the lineup. So I know you're probably pleased with their performance, and you probably think that all of them have a real good future here at Southeastern.
Well, we did play 3 freshmen a lot, and they're not going to get experience unless we play them. And of course, you know, we play people like Southern and some other good people we're playing, and it's tough out there for them. But that's the only way they're going to learn. And so we're going to put them in the fire and let them play, and hopefully by later on in the new year, these guys have enough experience where they'll be able to play effectively.
Well, let's just talk a little bit about conference play. I think your first game is going to be January 4th, your first conference game, and let's talk a little bit about that. What you think, who you think's the front runner, and just give us an overview of the forthcoming conference play.
Well, of course, a lot of people in our league are playing real good schedules, so the records aren't too good with some of these teams. It's going to be anybody's race. The experienced teams are Charleston, Sanford, and Stetson, and so you look at the thing, and you gotta first give the experienced teams a little more of an edge. But come later on, that experience factor may not be as big a deal as it is in December. So we feel like we're going to be competitive in there, and we're going to have a chance to win this thing. We're just going to have to get some games under our belt. We got 2 more chances to get better, and I think we'll be right in there.
Well, I think one of the key words in basketball anywhere is chemistry. And as we said, you have preseason games, and then you get ready for the conference. But I think the chemistry is there, and it's just a matter of time of putting it together, a little trial and error. And I think that you agree that it's there, and you just got to put it together.
Just got to put it together, and our talent level is better. We got good people in our program, and we've just been snake bit so far, but we're going to turn this thing around, and we're going to be all right.
Well, Coach Laud, we want to wish you and your family and all the Lions a very Merry Christmas, and we're going to start '96 off right in conference, and I'm looking forward to going to Orlando in March again, and I'll never will forget last year that game we lost on the last second shot, and that guy, if he shot it 100 times, I don't think he'd ever make it again. But we want to wish you good luck, and you want to say anything to the fans about the holidays?
Yeah, everybody have a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and when we get back after the New Year and we start conference play, our next home game will be a conference game. Come on in here and support us, because this bunch is a good bunch of guys. They're going to hang together, and we're going to have a good team for you before this thing is over.
Thank you, Coach Law, and all you fans, get out here and support the Lions. You got a real good coach here that does an outstanding job recruiting, and best of luck and Merry Christmas to everyone.